Hello, welcome back to another video of A Mother's Wild Heart. This is where I talk about motherhood and mental health. Those are things that I am dealing with in my own life, and I'm passionate about helping others along the journey as well. So my name is Renee. I'm a social worker and a mother myself. I have a 2-year-old. And in this particular video, I would love to talk about a thing I needed to learn very recently, and it has helped me a lot. It's been so important. And it is about how to prevent codependency by making our children not responsible for how we feel. So let me explain. There are times when our little toddlers have big emotions. So I don't like calling them tantrums. My daughter has only really rolled on the floor a few times, and always in Kmart. I wonder what it is with Kmart. And it wasn't even about getting something. It was just maybe an overwhelm, maybe too much stimulation. So a really good idea is actually to leave to a more quiet place, to hug them, to take them to the car where it's a little bit more quiet, put something soothing on, and just rub their back. So talking to my daughter in Kmart has not really helped because she's like, wah. But that's only been a very few times where I struggled to get to her. But I was really calm. People looked at me, and I really didn't mind that. So people just don't know our lives. They don't know how wonderful she is. They don't know what's happened just a few minutes before or what's going on at home. They just don't know. So I don't care if people judge. So that's one of the things that's been really freeing. But then I wanted to learn, how can I be her best support person? Oh, my crazy morning here. How can I be her best support person during a tantrum? Because it is actually a time where she's overwhelmed with her emotions and she can't really express what she needs. That's why she's using voice in a loud way. That's why she's maybe using aggression against herself. Or this is the worst, when children hit their own heads. It breaks my heart. So, but she has kicked the floor, stomped, which I think is a good release as well. Like something physical is really good, but it just has to be in a safe manner for her and others, and not to break things. So again, I was really passionate about finding ways. How can I be her strong? Like I had this visualization of a lighthouse when she's stormy, when the storm is raging around her. How can she hold onto me in a distance? Be like, that's where I want to be, my safe place, my quiet place. So how could I be her lighthouse? That's how I often ask. It also means I have to be in a good place myself. And sometimes it has meant, although I wasn't calm, maybe I had other pressures going on, I had to choose to put those aside and put on a front. And it wasn't dishonest. I could tap into it. I can put my stress aside and be fully present for her. Later on, the stress continued, and I just picked it back up where I left off. But in this moment, I could be like, I'm here for you, I'm strong, I love you, you're safe with me, come in my lap, mommy will listen. So all of these things. But I did have this belief, and this is instinctual. I didn't really learn this. This is just how I felt, probably from having experiences of people doing things that harm other people. Not harm, I'm not explaining myself properly. Like, some people go through life and they hurt other people by accident, but don't carry any responsibility for it. They're like, pooh, it happened behind my back, so I didn't realize. Or they got angry, that's their problem. So I sometimes think there are people in the world, and I've seen this in children as well, they break something and don't feel sorry about it at all. There's no remorse, no, oh no, what just happened, I need to fix this. So I really wanted to change that in Noelle. So I thought, I need to tell her, hey, you have this impact on me. And I actually did that when she had tantrums at first. I was like, Noelle, you screaming came out down. This is unsettling for other people as well. Some kids are looking over, they get worried. Some shop people who work here looking at us. So I'm like, Noelle, when you cry, it's a little bit embarrassing. I said that, and I said, look, you make mommy feel sad when you hit the floor like that, and also when she said, not mommy, I think she wanted her dad. I said, that really hurts me. My heart is broken. Look, mommy's face is sad. So I didn't use extreme language. I used child like language that she would understand, but it was quite manipulative. And what it does, it ties the children to us in an unhealthy bond through manipulation. And that's actually something I had to recognize. I was like, oh, I was doing that a little bit wrong. So when she's having a big emotion, she does not know how to express. So what's only important is then what I exampled before. You are the most important thing right now, and how you are feeling matters. And I'm going to help you get through this. So by saying, you're making me upset when you scream like that, I am taking the focus away from her. In other words, saying, I am more important than you, because let's focus on mommy and how she's feeling. Let's focus on these other people and how you're making them feel. So I believe when a child is going through a tantrum, it's really important to invest time into them. What they need is security, and they need to be heard. And although it might be uncomfortable and against our instinct, don't distract away from them. It's really, really important that they know that they are seen and valued in that moment. Then I was thinking, oh, hang on, like I do want her to grow up knowing that if she breaks things that makes people sad, if she forgets things that makes people sad, like I wanted her to know that her actions, if they're careless, have impact on others. And then I think that's different to these tantrum moments. So there are moments where she, in the past, she has deliberately poured out something that I said, don't put it back, and she deliberately poured it out. And those were times where I took her by the shoulders and I said, listen, that made mommy very sad because that was precious lotion. For example. And she was like, precious? And then she would just, ha ha ha, trying to be like, I'm trying to be happy. And I was like, no, mommy's sad. It made mommy sad that you did that. So that's really where I can get to that point of, you did this careless thing on purpose, and it really impacts mommy, and she's sad now. So it's really important that you say sorry and don't do it again. And that's when she's going, ah. And that's when she's learning so much more. In the middle of a tantrum, children don't learn that much. They just need their core to be stable again. They do not need to learn, these are social norms, this is regulation, this is not what we do. So yeah, so I really am passionate about these differences. So we don't want to make children responsible for how we feel when they are trying to figure out their own emotions. It's different than when they are naughty and know something's the wrong thing. The other day we were at the zoo with a friend, and the mom asked him, she bought him a really yummy protein ball, and she says, can I please have a piece? And he just stuffed the whole thing in his mouth, and I think his jaws were overwhelmed. So he just sat there, It's like so funny, but he did not want to share. And she said, that's a little bit selfish. Please don't do that again. Like, it's really important to tell him like that. It makes me feel like I missed out. Please share next time. Like, those are times where we can definitely tell them. When our children need us, it's really, really important to put ourselves and our needs to the side. I hope that made sense.